Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. As always, it's me, Ivan, and in today's video we'll be taking a look at a watch from the well-known micro brand Vario. This is their futurist model, which was released last year, and after wearing it for the past 2 weeks, I can honestly say it's one of the best watches I've had on the channel this year. So if you're into vintage-inspired designs, combined with modern materials and excellent build quality, you might want to stick around until the end of the video. Before we get started, full disclosure guys, Vario sent me this watch free of charge for review, but they haven't influenced this video in any way, and everything I'm about to say is based entirely on my own opinion and experience with the watch. That said, I've left a link to their website in the description and the pinned comment below in case you want to check it out. Oh, and by the way, this model is available in 6 different dial colors. However, Vario has made only 100 pieces of each variant, so some of them are already sold out. I wouldn't say you need to rush, but it's definitely worth keeping in mind that these won't be available forever. Alright guys, let's start taking a closer look at the watch itself, and as always we'll begin with the dimensions. They're a couple of millimeters larger than the watches that inspired it, but it's still a very compact piece. The case measures 39 millimeters in diameter, the lug-to-lug is 48, and the thickness, including this incredible faceted sapphire crystal, is just 11.5 millimeters. Finally, the lug width is 20 millimeters, and the watch weighs only 68 grams on the leather strap, or 98 grams on the optional elastic bracelet. Now, when it comes to wearability, the Futurist is very comfortable on my 17 cm or 6.7 inch wrist. The leather strap it comes with is very well made, it features some nice stitching, and it suits the design of the watch perfectly. It does require a day or two to break in, but other than that, I really have no complaints. However guys, Vario also offers a really nice bracelet that you can purchase separately, and considering it costs only 30 bucks, I strongly recommend picking it up. Not only does it complement the vintage-inspired design, but it also takes the wearing experience to a whole new level. It's an elastic bracelet, so there is no clasp, yet you can still adjust the size because it has a number of removable links that can be taken out without using any tools. I know it's difficult to fully appreciate it just by looking at it on screen, but it's a very cool bracelet and wearing it is a genuinely unique and enjoyable experience. Next, let's talk a little bit about the design of the case. As I mentioned in the title, Vario had drawn inspiration from watches from the 1970s, and personally it reminds me of models like the Seiko 5 Actus and the Citizen 6501, mainly because of the distinctive faceted crystal. On top of that, the crown positioned at 12 o'clock also brings bullhead chronographs to mind. That said, the Futurist isn't a copy of any of the watches I just mentioned. Instead, it combines elements from different vintage designs to create something that feels fresh and original. And you know guys, it's not just the design that's impressive. The build quality and finishing are equally well executed. You get a nice combination of brushed and polished surfaces, all beautifully machined with no annoyingly sharp edges anywhere on the case. Another detail I really like is the textured area surrounding the dial. It's a subtle touch, but it helps draw your attention straight to the dial itself, which is exactly what we're going to talk about next. Guys, the first thing I would like to point out about the dial is the color. It's a fumed orange with a metallic sunburst finish that plays beautifully with the lights. And speaking of that, depending on the lighting conditions, it shifts from a vibrant orange to an almost copper brown shade, which is really cool and something I wasn't expecting at all. As for the execution, it's absolutely flawless. The combination of the hands, the applied indices, and the incredibly clean layouts with no text other than the Vario logo at 12 o'clock and no date complication makes the dial very easy to read. And of course we have to mention this faceted sapphire crystal once again, because it makes the whole dial even more impressive. Personally, it's the first time I've seen a crystal like this in person, and all I can say is that whenever I'm wearing this watch, I just can't stop looking at it. The reflections, the distortions around the edges, and the way the colors constantly shift make it a joy to admire. So yeah guys, the dial together with this incredible crystal is without a doubt the biggest highlight of the watch for me. Now, before I tell you about the movement, I want to give you a quick look at the lume, which is actually very good. Vario has used Super Luminova BGW9 on both the hands and the indices, so it's bright and long-lasting, just as you would expect. And thanks to that faceted crystal, you also get to enjoy some of those cool reflections and distortions, even in the dark. Finally, let's have a quick chat about the movement, because that's another area where Vario made a smart choice. They went with the Miyota 9039, a movement we've been seeing in more and more watches lately. I've got nothing new to tell you about it that you haven't heard already, which is why I've left the specs on the screen for you to check out. Instead, I want to talk about setting the time, because judging by the design, some of you might be wondering whether that crown at 12 o'clock is difficult to use. And honestly, it isn't. Yes, it's much thinner and less accessible than a conventional crown, but it's grippy, and after a day or two, you get used to it. Personally, this is how I do it, and as you can see, it's almost as easy as setting the time on any of my other watches. There you have it guys, overall I think the Vario Futurist is an excellent watch. It's beautifully designed, exceptionally well made, and definitely adds variety to my collection. That incredible faceted sapphire crystal is without a doubt the star of the show, and together with the fumed dial, it's simply one of those watches that keeps catching your eye every time you look down at your wrist. And considering everything you get here, I also think it's fairly priced. But more importantly, just like the rest of Vario's watches, the Futurist isn't trying to appeal to everyone, and that's something I really respect. Instead of following trends, they've created a watch that's aimed at a very specific type of watch collector. So yeah, if you're into vintage-inspired watches with strong 70s vibes, I think the Futurist is definitely worth checking out. Thank you very much for watching everyone, I really appreciate you staying until the end. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I've got reviews of a San Martin and 2 Yema watches coming over the next couple of weeks. Take care guys, and I'll see you in the next one.